The Speed Force talks to Flash. Let's talk about it. So, new Flash chapter, and if you don't remember what's going on, or if you're not caught up, essentially Darkseid's goons are trying to destroy the Speed Force and create Omega Speed after all the DCKO and all this stuff Darkseid has going on in time and space, destroying and conquering everything. So they're trying to go back in time to kill Barry to prevent, Wally and the rest of the crew from becoming Flash. So Wally goes to save him. As he meets up with Barry, this girl, Dream Girl, comes. She's one of the Legion, but she was able to essentially see the future, see the proper future, see the truth of what they're supposed to be. So she helps them, tells them what's going to happen, tries to give them some tips. The rest of the Legion shows up. They start getting in the way, beating up Wally and Co. As Wally's getting jumped and he's on the floor, thinking to himself sad. He's just like, man, I'm just a bum named Wally West. Which was funny. I actually did laugh at reading that. Even though he was sad, just calling himself a bum. But yeah, and essentially one of them jumped in front of the lightning bolt that normally turns Barry into Flash, so it wouldn't hit Barry. Try to redirect it so it would kill Barry instead, but Wally jumped it away. He barely survived because of the Speed Force as it was going out. Then we cut to Bart, who Wally left with Iris. He goes and hops in her car, drives over here, and smacks down the wall. And starts getting in, starts making some changes. As Dream Girl comes and she shows everyone the futures, what's supposed to be true of the Legion. And Max Mercury, since he's here, since he's being manipulated by Darkseid, he sees its proper future, what he's supposed to be. So he helps old Wally. Transversely, Bart ends up almost dead, and he's in this realm with Jay Garrick, who's also almost dead since he lost his fight to Guy Gardner in DCKO. And he explains to Bart, he says, you're not like me or Wally or Barry. You weren't chosen by the Speed Force. You are it. Basically gives him this speech to reignite it, because essentially, apparently he is the Speed Force and can reignite it, and he wasn't just chosen like the others, which he does. And the Speed Force talks through him, gives all this cryptic messages to Wally, and talking how Wally essentially was always going to be connected to the Speed Force one way or another, whether Barry or not. So they managed to take down all the Legion. So we got Bart, Wally, and Max Mercury. But then Darkseid talks to Bart and tells him, you saved Barry, but he's still destined to die anyways. And Bart runs off to the future trying to save Barry. And I guess you'd probably think maybe he's talking about the present, or they're trying to kill Barry in the present since they're in the past. But Wally brings up to Barry, his death in Crisis. And he's like, if Bart messes that up, he's gonna, destroy everything, which I completely forgot. Crisis. So this man may just very well be running to the whole Crisis on Infinite Earths to try and prevent Barry's death from there, which would, that's gonna cause a whole lot of problems.